Welcome to Shug's Home Cooking again. Today we are going to make what I like to call seafood hot pots. Similar to that frozen hot pot that's in the freezer. We're going to make some shrimp ones today. So first we're going to add shallots. And garlic. That's a lot of garlic, not as much. We're going to let that get fragrant and let that do its thing. As far as the seasoning, we're using basic seasoning today. Just some sea salt, some black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. We started it with olive oil and butter to saute this. Like I said, to get it a little fragrant. Now I'm going to season this. Just a little bit because this is sea salt. We don't want it salty, but we are dealing with seafood today. That's why I'm using sea salt instead of seasoning salt. Little black pepper. A little onion powder. I eyeball everything. Again, this is home cooking. So we don't use measurements, we eyeball. And again, a little paprika. Get all the stir. And I also like to use my iron skillet because it stays seasoned. We keep our iron skillet seasoned. If you want to know what that means, you could definitely Google it, but it's when you don't wash your iron skillet so that it stays like seasoned with oil and it brings out that iron. It's really good for you. So we're just going to get that started. After we get it fragrant and nice and smelly, you can smell it. It smells so delicious. Look at that. Okay, let that go for a little bit, and then we're going to turn and we're going to add spinach. A whole bunch, a whole bag if you buy the bag, or a whole bunch if you buy the bunch. I bought the bunch fresh and washed it. And spinach, it goes, you know, shrivel down really fast. Get at it stir to get those onions, the shallot and garlic mixed in there really good. And we're going to let that go down a little bit, that spinach. And we'll be back shortly once this goes down some. We'll be back to show you what we do to it after. Also going to make is a side vegetable dish to go with our shrimp hot pots. So what we have in here is broccoli and some asparagus. I just cut them up in pieces. We're going to roast them because it just tastes really good roasted. Where you see these mushrooms, so I have like 5 different kind of mushrooms. We love mushrooms. So we have king mushrooms, like a seafood, mini portobellas, just beach, and then some sliced onions. So what we're going to do is we're going to roast these in the oven. Then we're going to saute the mushrooms and put it all together to make a nice vegetable medley. All right, so we'll be back. So this is beside the mushrooms. This is all the mushrooms. I started off with this one and sauteed it because it takes the longest, the king one. And then you just gradually add the mushrooms because some take longer than others. Again, we are home cooking. I'm not a professional. I just like to cook and I like to make my food taste good. And I think it looks good. I hope y'all see and review and subscribe and like. So we're going to taste it to make sure it's seasoned enough, right? Just to give it a little taste. Hot. I'm simmering already, y'all. I'm gonna add a pinch more sea salt. Remember, we're using sea salt. I like to use seasoning salt, but today we're using sea salt because it goes really well with seafood. A little bit more pepper. Give it a little more seasoning, that's all. We like our food seasoned really well. And a little bit more garlic powder. Right? Give that a stir. Looks so good. You hear that sizzle? And again, iron skillet works amazing for stuff like this. All right, I'm gonna turn it off and wait for our roasted asparagus and broccoli, and we're gonna mix them together. All right, so you see here we have those mushrooms that we had in the iron skillet. We've added our asparagus and our roasted broccoli. I also had roasted some whole garlic cloves and olive oil. It's simple. You just put as much garlic as you want in a little aluminum with some olive oil, and you roast it for about 20-25 minutes. Whole pieces, and now they're nice and soft. Look at that. Tastes really good with the vegetables. And I just pour that right on in there and just give it a stir. And now our side dish is complete. We have a nice medley of vegetables that we really enjoy. All right, so now we're going to go back to our hot pots, shrimp hot pots. I'll be back shortly. All right, so we have some cream cheese. I have a block of regular cream cheese and then a little of veggie cream cheese, only because I ran out of regular cream cheese. And this is the spinach, onion, well, shallots and garlic that we did earlier. It's cooled down. We drained it some, and we're going to put it right in here in this mixture with the cream cheese, right? And just give it a little mix. It's softened. It's been sitting out, which is what you want, so it's easier and more consistent. And then we're going to add Parmesan cheese. We're going to stir it more, of course, but add up some Parmesan cheese and raw shrimp because it's going to bake in the oven, right? And I have plenty of shrimp here to make it a nice meaty bite, since that is the only protein that we're using. Okay, so we're going to stir this up, and then we're going to put together our shrimp hot pot. Keep forgetting shrimp hot pot. We'll be back. All right, so we're putting together our shrimp hot pots. We're using puff pastry. The best brand is what's shown. We're going to cut them in 3 strips, just like it is lined up on the puff pastry. Mozzarella, because it melts really well. Remember, we're making hot pot. So a strip of mozzarella on each one. That spinach and shrimp mixture we made earlier. And try not to overstuff. I have a habit of doing that just to make it real full, but it's hard to close when you do that. So just a little, a spoon and a half maybe, on each one. And just keep filling it, but not too much like I said. This one a little more. And then we're going to top it with another piece of mozzarella, as so. Kind of give it a little pressure so it's easier to fold over. Then we're going to fold it over like so. So we make it look like the frozen ones, right? And you just push down the edges as best as you can. This one might be a little too full, like I said. Gonna get your fork make those crimps just like frozen. Right? Don't it look good already? Yeah? All right, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we're gonna put it over here. Then next, you do an egg wash on top to give it a nice golden brown, a little lighter than me. I'm a little mocha, but we want it a little lighter, just a golden brown. Right? And after we do this, we're going to bake it for 15 minutes on 400. And then we'll be back. All right, the last thing that we want to do with our shrimp hot pots is I have a little garlic herb butter that I melted. We just want to brush the tops as so. Look how amazing that looks. And it's nice and crispy. Oh, that's going to be so good. As you can see, I overstuffed them. That's okay. Again, we're homemade here, so we don't really trip. We care about how it tastes. And I know it's going to taste amazing. But see how you do that? Look at those herbs on the crust. That's what we want. That's what we want. All right. We'll be right back. We're going to give this a taste. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. My mouth is drooling. Shimmy, shimmy. You can taste the shrimp. Oh, that is good stuff. Let's see what these vegetables do, y'all. You see that roasted garlic? Oh, yeah. Sugar is happy. Homemade. Y'all watch. Sugar's homemade. If I could do it, you could do it. See y'all later.